Most foreigners come to Medellin to purchase a lifestyle, but end up with an expensive mistake. I'm here today with my brother Andrew, the owner of Medellin Living Real Estate. Today, I'm gonna be asking him what are the most common mistakes that foreigners are doing when they buy a property here in Medellin. Andrew, the first mistake here is that people don't know that there is no MLS.
That's right. Yeah, there's no MLS in Colombia. There is no authority that regulates real estate out here. So a glaring mistake is obviously coming down here and trying to do it yourself, not knowing that there is no website, there's no central database for listings or for properties that were sold in the last month in a certain area for you to do comps. Since there is no regulation on this, it means that anybody can be a real estate agent. So let's say you see a property for sale on somebody's website, that same property could be listed on 20 other websites. Sometimes you'll walk by a building and you'll see a for sale sign, but you'll see like multiple ones. That's because of that. You don't have exclusivity rights as a real estate agent here. So as a seller, you want as many eyeballs on your property as possible. So you ask everyone to list your property, and whoever brings you the buyer, you'll pay the 3% to them. Since there is no MLS out here, we've created our own system that we call the MLS, Medellin Living Search System, which means that when you become a client of ours, we take all of your requirements and we search across all databases, not just our database, but everyone in the city, looking for your perfect property. We have our own process of doing comps out here, and we do them with you so that you can see exactly what we're doing in the back end so that you're confident in your purchase. So we become your own personal MLS, if that makes sense, because it doesn't exist out here. So we have to do it basically manually for you. That being said, if you're ready to buy a property within the next 30 days and you have a budget of over $150,000 and are ready to use our system, all you got to do is click the link in the description below, fill out the form, and somebody on the team will get back to you as soon as possible.
The second mistake is coming and making lowball offers.
Yeah, that actually happens a lot out here because when someone doesn't know the market, doesn't know the culture, because there is a real estate culture out here, even though there is no regulation, when a seller gets that type of offer, they won't even reply. They won't even try to negotiate with you because they see you as someone that's not serious. And those that are priced high are going to stay on the market for a year, 2 years. There have been properties on the market right now that have been up there for a couple of years because the owner hasn't budged. Why hasn't the owner budged? This is a big question that a lot of people have, is because 95% of all the properties owned in Colombia, I'm not even talking about Medellin, but in Colombia as a whole, don't have a mortgage on them. People here own their properties outright. It's not like in the United States where everyone has a mortgage. There's a lot of pressure from a bank when you lose a job, you go through a divorce and you need to sell it because you've got a loan hanging over your head. Here, they don't have that type of pressure. The biggest pressure comes by way of property taxes, but that's super low here, or maybe HOA fees. So they can carry that for a couple years until they get their price. So the solution is to make sure that you're working with a competent agent that knows the culture out here, and on top of that, that knows the buyer, or at least the buyer's agent, very well. And by that, I mean knows the motivation for the sale. Some people here are very shy and reluctant to ask why someone is selling a property, but usually that's our first question to a seller is, why are you getting rid of this? It looks great. Why are you getting rid of it? Why do you need to sell it? How fast do you need to sell it? Do you need cash now? A seller that is desperate for cash now is very different from someone that has multiple properties and just wants to offload one to maybe do a development deal somewhere else. So yeah, we've seen a lot of people kill their deals before they even get started by doing tremendously low ball offers out here.
So the next mistake that I see is that people buy thinking that the view that they get is going to be forever.
Well, that's actually a very good point. We just had a client that bought a property up in the hills. It was about almost $500,000, a beautiful 2-story apartment with a view into the valley and into the mountains. And one of their major concerns was that that view wasn't going to be obstructed in a few years by a building coming up right in front of them. So if you're buying a property in the city, the probability of you keeping that view forever is low because the city is very dense, population is growing, interest is growing, and there's no land. The only way to build right now is up. So what developers do is they buy an old house or maybe a couple of old houses and develop upwards and will obstruct other people's views. This happens all of the time. So what's the solution? Well, number one is to know the zoning law in the area as to how high buildings can be built there. So if you're on the 13th floor and there's someone in front of you, you can check the zoning and to make sure that, okay, they can only go 6 floors high. And if they want to go up higher, they're going to have to get special permits. So there is a possibility that that view is obstructed. The next thing that protects views, or at least development in an area, is if there's like a stream or a creek or part of the river in that area, because the city protects that and there's a certain limit as to where you can build around that. So knowing that could be an advantage in your search. For example, if you want something with a permanent view, buy something that's near a creek where there's no other buildings nearby, because the city won't allow any building there.
A huge mistake that I see is that people say, oh, I'll wait and see and pull the trigger a little bit later.
Yeah, that's a very common mistake amongst people that are not serious. And we see this all the time. They maybe have the money for a property out here, maybe $200,000, $300,000. They get to the city and they view properties but never actually pull the trigger, or sometimes never even view a property. I've talked to people that have been coming down here since after the pandemic and still haven't pulled the trigger on a property, and now the market is much more expensive. So there's two problems there. Number one, if you're looking to buy a property, make sure that you're ready to make a decision, because I guarantee you that if you just wait a couple months, it'll be gone and off the market. The ones that will stay on the market are the ones that are overpriced, and you're not going to pull the trigger on that. And the second point is that if you do work with someone like us that knows the market, that knows how to do comps, that knows how to negotiate with you, and how to find a killer deal, when you purchase the property, you're basically buying into equity. So time is of the essence. So if that describes you, you're ready to buy a property within the next 30 days, you have a budget of over $150,000, you're ready to use our system, all you gotta do is click that link below, fill out the form, and somebody on the team will get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll see you guys in the next video.